What's up, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I use to get into master rank for this season. I actually feel like this deck is going to be even better going into the new format because it hits tier and some other problem cards for the format, and I feel like this deck can actually be a tier 1 contender again, depending on um, kind of sort of depending on where the format goes with the new card pool that we're going to get in the next month. But if it stays mostly the same as it is now, then this deck is just going to be completely sick going into the next format. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of go over the ratios, what I'm running, why I'm running them, more so than the effects of the cards, because I've already covered Swordsoul on the channel before. If you want to see like in-depth how to do Swordsoul combos and all that, check out one of the other Swordsoul videos on my channel. But yeah, let's get into it. So two Tenny Spirit Adhara. I see a lot of people running one of this or three of this. I feel like three is too much, one is not enough, two is the perfect number. Keep in mind that if you brick an opening hand and you need to get to your Sword Soul package, you don't draw any of that, but you have an Adhara and a Vishuddha or an Adhara and an Ashuna, you're in business. If you have Adhara and Ashina, one of the things that you can do, which is just really useful, is you can special summon the Ashuna first, link into Monk of the Tenyi, then special summon the Adhara, then use the Ashuna effect to special summon Vishuddha, go into the Sword Soul Grandmaster Chi Zhao, and from there, you can add any of your other sword souls to your hand, basically. And if you have another where, well, to get there, you go to emergence, or at least I like to search emergence first. Like if I clogged and I want a deck fin, I'll search emergence instead of the sword soul card that I would search with emergence, just so I can deck fin. So typically go emergence, and then if I have another card in my hand to discard, I will typically get long wand. If I don't, I'll get Mo Yi to kind of help improve my hand, hopefully draw into something good. You'll see me doing that a lot in the video and getting rewarded for that. And a couple of times where a different source would have probably been a better choice, but we'll get into that in the replays. 3 Maxi. This is one of the best cards in the game. Probably played in almost every deck at this point. I think statistics had it almost at 92%. The last statistics we got. 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Springs. This card's great right now. I don't feel like it has too much value against Kashtira. And before people say, are you crazy? It's because you're gonna, when you Ash to negate the search effect, you're just gonna activate the second effect anyway. And half the time, if I activate the second effect, I'm gonna end up having them get a free banish on my field from Fenrir. I really don't want that. If it's Unicorn and I ask Unicorn, they get to banish a card from an extra deck, and then they know extra deck knowledge. But like at the same time, if I'm playing Sword Soul and my opponent sees me like any Sword Soul touchdown, they're probably going to know what my extra deck looks like anyway. Like you see a Sword Soul player, you know that they are running. Um, you see a Sword Soul player, you know that they are running the typical Sword Soul extra deck. Most people don't run the Boral Savage, but I do like having one. I actually might cut him because I don't go into him enough, and I actually might put in Shaman of the Tenyi, or even a Tenyi Spirit, because it's 2+ Worm monsters, so you can use like the Sword Soul ones, but Shaman is kind of what most people would use, just because if you have an attack involving your face non-effect monster, you can target a card your opponent controls and destroy it. That's just a decent effect. Like, and I kind of see that being more useful than Burl Savage, since he would literally only be a 1 negate. But anyway, moving on with the deck. We have one Tiny Spirit Shutana, and the reason I really like this card is this does not target when it destroys. So like if they run over your Monk of Tenyi, you can activate this guy, banish him from the graveyard to the hand, and then destroy a monster your opponent controls. It doesn't target, you just destroy a monster your opponent controls. So I like this because you can get around some of the can't be targeted effects, and it's also kind of a surprise effect because it happens when the 10E monster is destroyed. So most people don't really see that happening. I say 10E monster, but normal monster works with that normal monster. It even works with the token. So actually, wait, no, I don't think it works. Oh no, it works with the token. Yeah, control destroy by battle grave card effect doesn't have to go to the graveyard. So even if the token's destroyed, and you have a normal monster in your graveyard that you can summon, which most time you have a Monk of 10E. But moving on, 3 Swordsoul Moyi, you need 3 copies of this. This one is great, being able to reveal, and then later on use the card in your hand you revealed still instead of like having to discard it like you would with Long Lawn is just really great. Drawing a card is really great. The fact that when you activate the draw effect, it's chain 2, so you can protect whatever Chain Link 1 was, is really great. So, this card, just in general, great card. 2 Swordsoul Ataya. This has been surprisingly more useful than in previous formats. I'm actually running 2 Baxia because I've been Baxiaing all the things on my opponent's board. Like, just, bye Felicia. See you later, Felicity. So obviously Taya being able to make the 2 different worm types for Baxia, very useful effect. The dump effect for Taya, also useful because we're only running 2 Vishuda and it helps us get access to them. Next, we're running 2 Ecclesia. I feel like you no longer really need 3. I feel like 2 is kind of the perfect ratio. 2 Swordsoul Strategist Long Wan. If I could run this card at 3, I'd probably run it at 3. I kind of miss it being at 3, honestly. Still great. If you know you're going against an opponent that you can't actually win against, like you're not going to be able to game them, or if they just have like pay life or something or whatever else, Long Wan's burn effect can be your game winner pretty much because I'll just like use Long Wan and I'll use Sinister Sovereign to just make them lose because they'll be burned out. So it's a pretty good card. Next we have Vishuda, one of the best cards in the deck. Being able to bounce a card is amazing right now. Not so amazing against Kashtira, but other decks it's been pretty amazing. Ashina, getting that special summon from the deck, you can use it for all sorts of things. You can use it to bring out so my opponent, when they have like cards that would banish 1, like with the Kashtira, or cards that would neg me 1, they'll banish the Swordsoul monster, but not the token, because they think that somehow the token being a detriment to where I can only synchro is going to be a huge loss to me. It's not. And I'll just have that token tuner on the field, and I'll say, well, I need something to go into my Swordsoul, my level 8 Qingzhao. Why don't I go ahead and bring out 10E Spirit Shatana because it's level 4. And then it's also going to be in the graveyard, which will be a bonus because I'm going to synchro with it. There's even been times where I special summon out Vishuda to be able to normal summon, or I've already special summoned during that turn Adhara to go 8, so just a good card all around. Like, Ashuna is really great. It does lock you into Wyrm type, but that's not too much of an issue since you'll still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different monsters six different monsters you can choose from. Next we're gonna go to Arch Nemesis Proto. This card's amazing. I believe I did a 10E profile on this a long time like before, and for my 10E Swordsoul deck I wasn't running this card because I was like, oh, it's not necessary. This card's freaking sweet. You definitely want to run at least one. Being able to stop your opponent from being able to special summon during their next turn the type you declare is amazing. I did this against Tier, so they couldn't go into anything, they couldn't like fuse into anything, and I won because of this. I did this to another deck, I can't remember which one, but because I did Proto, they basically just couldn't play the game. I did this when playing against Dark World, so it was really funny. My opponent was just locked out until I beat them down. But next we have 2 Pot of Desires. 2 is enough. I would not run 3 in this deck. Some people have been running 3. 2 is enough. Triple tactical talents, definitely want to. I feel like the take control of a monster I actually use just as much as the draw two cards now with this. Also because sometimes my opponent will have things that I can synchro with, and that just becomes hilarious. Um, Swordsoul Emergence, definitely 1-3. Being able to add any Swordsoul monsters, fantastic effect. Called by the Grave, definitely want to. Hand traps are still a thing. You don't want to get max seed, yada yada yada. Um, Heavenly Dragon Circle, definitely want to. And you want to because when you tribute the monster to add a card, that lets some monsters dodge things like Imperm or just dodge things that would hurt you. And then getting another card so you can kind of alter your play after that. That's the value in this. The tribute, a lot of people are like, yeah, you have to tribute one for it, but the tribute one is actually part of the value. Like I really like this card. I see this card. Next we have two evenly matched, three infinite and perm, and one sword soul blackout. And then we're gonna have an honorable mention of Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. You can run this if you want. I personally think it's not really needed anymore. But this lets you send a Wyrm from deck to grave, and then if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can add a 10E monster with a different name to the monster sent to the grave. This is kind of like a win more card, and I feel like I'd rather have stuff to go second with than this card. Um, but it is helpful, so I just kind of wanted to mention it. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the extra deck. Yazi, Evil of the Yangzing is amazing. Your opponent can't target this card on the field with card effects, and it has two effects. Don't think I've ever featured this on the channel, so I am going to go over it. But you can target a Yangzing monster, which will be Yazi, and a monster, Yangzing monster you control, and a card your opponent controls, and destroy them. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon any Wyrm monster from your deck in defense. So I can destroy one of my opponent's cards, special summon out Moyi or Taya, and get the level 8 that I would want. So it's very good. And because it's any Wyrm monster, you could even bring out one of the 10 Yi spirits, which I don't think you'd really need to do unless you're going to synchro with Aura. But I feel like I should mention it. Next is Crimson Blader. You're going to see in the replays why I like Crimson Blader. So many tier element decks get salty against this because you can run over anything and you can just say, okay, you can get Kalos. But anything else? No, not going to happen. Actually, no, you can't even hit Kit because it's level 5 or higher. They can't normal or special level 5 or higher during their next turn. This card's amazing. It's one of the better cards from like the Synchro era of Yu-Gi-Oh! That kind of got forgotten. But this is just so good. Even against like more casual decks and lower ranks like Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, this card is so good because they just can't bring out any of their big monsters. They're stuck with the engine and nothing for the engine to power. Maxi, as I mentioned earlier, one Borreload, or you can swap him out for the Shaman of the 10E. Personally, I think I'm actually going to do that because I just never use him. One Draco Berserker. This card's good. Plus, if your opponent activates a hand trap, you can actually banish it. Also, it's good for getting over a bunch of walls because it can attack twice and it gains attack after it attacks the first thing. Like one time I had my opponent with Chaos Max and a Blue Eyes out, and the Blue Eyes had lost like some attack or whatever from, I think actually from the other Swordsoul Synchro, and so I ran the Blue Eyes over with the Draco Berserker, gained like 2,100 attack points, and then ran the Chaos Max over. So this guy can also be a beat stick to get over cards that have to be destroyed by battle. One Emancipator Risen, being able to negate a spell or trap once per turn, or spell or trap effect, because it does work against continuous ones on the field. Being able to have that negate is really useful. Two Swordsoul Grandmaster, this card's amazing. Being able to add any card, being able to have the quick effect, negate, great effect. One Baron de Fleur, card's broken, definitely want to run it. One Swordsoul Supreme Sovereign Qingying. One Swordsoul Supreme Sovereign Weakling Long One Psychic and Punisher, because going into level 11 makes me feel good. Also, the fact that you can make it easily with the Shuda or the Ashina and any Swordsoul tuner is really great. I mean, Swordsoul token, and also being able to make a monster that is like level 9 or level 10 already, um, higher level to tune with is pretty great. So this is just all around good card. Next we have 2 called by, 2 Heavenly Dragon Circle, the 2 evenly. Oh wait, why am I already read that, you guys. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna cut that either. I'm gonna leave that in. 2 Monk of the Tenny, and then 1 Shaman of the Tenny, and that's it for this really unhinged deck list. But yeah, Swordsoul's back, and I'm happy about it. I kind of miss playing them, and I will see you guys in the next one. Just kidding. I'm actually going to show you the replays first, instead of just editing together. I think I actually want to just chill here with y'all and explain my thought process. So here's one of our Diamond 2 games. We are going to go through and we are going to hopefully do well. Speed it up. So right now, just we're doing the basic combo thing. And we're going to go into probably the, like, most used, what's it called? The most used Swordsoul. Not Swordsoul, Baron de Flora. We're just going to go to the regular Swordsoul board. We want 1 Omni negate, 1 effect negate, and now we're just like, I don't know if I really like what's going on, because I'm drawing cards I can't really use. But at this point, we're just gonna not care about it, because they're gonna surrender anyway. But I was gonna just do more shenanigans, hopefully go into more things during that turn. But that was pretty good. And now we're playing against the esteemed Ben Dover. I've encountered a couple of Ben Dovers in my life. Alright, so here we go. I'm just gonna make no max C for you. No, no, no! Doing things. Don't know why I did it this way, but doing things. Now they decide to Nibiru. Now, and I'm like, ugh. But we get the called by, so it's K, you know? And I'm like, oh hey, my opponent's gonna do things. I was waiting for this moment. And my opponent gives up. Because they probably didn't have much more to do. I don't know if they're actually playing Fluffle. Or, actually, let's check. Were they playing Fluffle? Oh my gosh, someone was actually playing Fluffle and Diamond. Stop. Stop. My guy. Not even Fluffle by Steel, just Fluffle. I think I actually might play Fluffle by Steel branded at some point. I wonder if I can get into Master with that next season. I hope I don't do that. If I do, I'm going to cut back to this video while I'm recording that video. And it's tier. And they went ahead and milled one of the grave manipulators, right? Oh yeah, I remember this match. This one was kind of annoying. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this is why that's annoying. So I bounced it back. Just you watch. Just you watch. They draw it. They draw the one copy. I had to negate it. I was so salty. And then I'm getting stall baited. Ugh. It's like, get rid of the field, please. I know you're gonna get plays or kick Kalos or whatever, which of course it's kick Kalos. I don't care. I just need to make sure I can do things. Oh. Good thing I still have the magic card. So now I go to Crimson Blader and they lose, because Tyr's not going to be able to do anything. What are they even going to do? Like, even if they drew into something, what could they summon? I'm glad they didn't give up, though, because I kind of like letting my opponent have, you know, that moment. What were they playing? Oh, nope, that's just straight tier. There's not even any cash in there. Okay. Also, if you guys ever want to check me out live, you can do that on Twitch TV/SirLargeGaming. I do play a lot of other games that aren't Yu-Gi-Oh on there, but I do also play a lot of Master Duel. We actually recorded all the replays that were used for the Dark World video on Twitch as well. That was pretty fun. And here's the weird, just the weird archetype. Like, I still don't understand what this deck really does. Oh yeah, now I remember I forced them to use their negate or they were gonna be just in trouble. And they attached my thing, so I was like, oh crud, that's not good. Yeah, they just kept like interrupting me and I was like, okay. Oh lord. I was like, keep interrupting me, fine. I'll just keep doing things. Yeah, they wanted to stop that. That's okay, though. And I'm just like, oh, more things. I should have went into something better, but I was like, ah, if they attack me, I'll just use the monk. I don't really see this deck FTKing for some reason. A lot of people forget Called By until the next turn. So they didn't do anything with it, and I'm just over here confused. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that now. Just completely dismantle everything slowly. This is why, if you're gonna run a deck that needs interrupts like that, you should probably be playing something like Dimensional Prison. Or is it Prison or Barrier? No, it's Barrier. Barrier's the D barrier, yeah. Dimensional Barrier is the one I'm thinking of. So you can stop people from fusing or linking or doing whatever their deck is dependent on doing. And I'm like, okay, great. I have Nightmare Corruptor, and I have no way to really get it off the board. Oh, I tributed it. Because I was like, oh wait, that's 6. I'll tribute summon. I love that long llama 6. I can't believe they actually popped that. Oh boy, Dogmatica. This deck is actually going to be better now that Nadir's Servant is going to be at 3. Oh, so much damage. Even got whacked for that 500. Had to banish cards for my extra. I'm mad at this point. Bring out the Arch Nemesis Proto. I still can't summon Light on their next turn anyway. Now's when we get to finally start recovering. They have ritual cards. I will stop them from playing ritual cards. No spells for you. So, can't summon. Can't play spell cards. I'm just like, okay. I got this now. And then went right to battle because I didn't want to overextend and get Nibiru'd. And they surrendered before I could even get the final hit, so I'm just like, ugh. I love that this person literally named themselves Bot, by the way. The person I played to get into Master being named Bot. That sums up my Yu-Gi-Oh career. I'm all proud, like, oh, I got to the best ranked tier this season, and all I had to do is play a bunch of bots. Lord. I'll come to think of it, the bot I play better than some of the people on gold. See all kinds of funny stuff in there. Oh man, Blunder. How do we get out of this one? I'm genuinely curious. Did I use Crimson Blader? Did I beat Plunder with Crimson Blader? Was that this game? Oh, I sure hope it was. Alright. Now it's my turn. I'm scared. Yeah, they're gonna activate an effect, and I'm gonna be like, please no. And it ended up not mattering. Oh boy. I decided, oh, I'm gonna chain it, and they ended up chaining it anyway. I'm like, okay. Actually didn't really care about that. Can't believe I got that. So many summons. They're gonna try to stop him, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, I don't care. Banish your things now. Bye-bye. Love that card. Oh, I made Crimson. And because the dudes on the field, I lowered the attack to beat over, even if they halved it. Oh, freaking beautiful. That's how I won this. Okay, it was this game. Yeah, Plunder doesn't expect the Crimson Blader. You make the Crimson Blader, they can't do nothing. I wonder if they surrender when they realize they can only normal summon the little guys. No, they actually end. Here we go. Oh, that's hilarious. I banish it so the effect doesn't go through. And then I banish those. Oh, because I banished it, they can't Book of Moon my stuff, so they lose. Oh, that's hilarious. But alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this little spotlight for Sword Souls. Can't believe the deck is back. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.